Recently, the Vatican has declared Filipino teenager Darwin Ramos as a servant of God, paving the way for the beginning of his journey to sainthood. Now, to tell us more about Darwin and the process of becoming a saint, we have with us Father Aris Sison. He's a parish priest from St. John Paul II Parish. Good morning, Father, and welcome to New Day.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we understand that Darwin Ramos was declared by the Vatican as a servant of God. Now, a lot of people are asking, what does it mean to be declared a servant of God, and how does one actually become a servant of God? Aren't we all servants of God?
Yeah, that's a title, meaning he is officially on the road to sainthood. It has been 7 years since he passed, and after a person dies, after 5 years, one can start the process. So this declaration from the Vatican says that Darwin is officially a candidate for the priesthood.
Okay, so what enabled him to be a candidate before we go into the steps of becoming a saint? What set him apart from the rest, and what made him to become a servant of God? What was
He was
his life
sick.
like? Okay.
He was crippled. And I have been told that that kind of sickness is painful. And yet his own companions, the young people who were with him in the center, Tuloy ng Kabataan, Father Michael, the postulator for the cause, they have personally witnessed how the attitude of Darwin, how cheerful he was in spite of the pain, how patient he was, and how he managed to even help others when he himself was in need, when he himself was in pain.
Okay, so all of this were looked at, and then that enabled him to be, called servant of God. Now, from that, do take us through the steps of how one becomes a saint.
Basically,
it's a long process.
It's a long process. Basically, there are 4 steps. One, he has been declared servant of God. And then there will be the Vatican investigation.
Okay.
The Vatican will see if indeed he lived a holy life. And then we need a first miracle. First miracle, after which he will be declared blessed. He will be beatified and declared blessed. Another miracle, and then he will be canonized and declared a saint.
What would you say would be the challenges that somebody like Darwin would undergo in terms of his steps in becoming saint, or maybe any other?
The process is quite interesting. There is someone who is promoting the cause, and I've been told there's also someone who is like a devil's advocate, trying to contradict everything about, just to make sure that indeed the person, the candidate, in this case Darwin, really lived a holy life.
Okay, and I understand earlier you're also mentioning something about documentation, like in some other cases, it also was difficult for them to document maybe this person really exists, or the life that they have led. Was it really a holy one?
Yes. For example, how do you determine that a miracle is really attributed to him? That has to be scientifically documented. That a person, for example, let's say has a lump that is cancerous, and that is medically verified. And then the person prayed to Darwin for his intercession, and then afterwards it's gone. So something that clear, that scientific.
Okay, and not only so, where are we at now? So where
Just
are we after the servant of God?
So he is officially there on the road. And this is significant because we have another Filipino up there. It's a very important message for all of us. First of all, to the youth, because this year, 2019, is the year of the youth in the Philippines. We are preparing for our 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines in 2021. So it's like telling Filipinos, and it's telling youth, look, we have another candidate up there. And you too can be a saint. That's the most important message here, that all of us are called to be saints, and that we have another candidate there saying that if I can do it, so can you.
And not only that, but just think about all the other people that have also pledged other people in terms of their road to become a saint. I mean,
yes. And he lived quite an ordinary life. Like, I'm parish priest of St. John Paul II. He is my patron saint, but he's a very great one. He's up there. Quite difficult for many to imitate. Mother Teresa is another favorite saint, but that's a difficult feat. But here is a young man, a Filipino, crippled, poor, and yet now he is a candidate. So it has a lot to say to Filipinos and to the youth at this point in time.
So far, we currently have two Filipino saints, and that's Saint Lorenzo Ruiz and Saint Pedro Calungsod.
Yes.
So if ever Darwin completes the process, he will be the first, or would you say would be the first? Would he be the youngest for one? Or would he
Pedro
also be
Calungsod was 18.
Okay.
Darwin was 17. So pretty close.
In terms of a crippled saint, would he also be Filipino? Would also be the first?
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for the first saint whose image will have a cell phone.
Ah.
And that's my invitation to all the young people today. We are called to be saints, and Darwin is telling us, yes, we can be saints.
All right. Well, thank you so much for inspiring
you.
us today. Father Aries Sison, he's a parish priest from St. John Paul II Parish.